Yeah, baby. It's me again. I'm loving these reviews. Your boy Brass Tacks will be back in the Wonder Woman review. Oh yeah, but for right now, it's your boy Kong Tax. Let's go Congo crazy. And obviously, it's your boy Brass Tacks in this bitch. You already know. Before I start talking about the specs, let's do an unboxing. Over to you, Brass here. Thanks, bro. And here we go, Starship Troopers. I'll tell you what, this is one of my favorite films, I ain't gonna lie to you. Cult classic, and here we have it. Standard slipcase, I wasn't expecting too much. It would have been nice to have some lenticular kind of action. I took the slipcase off, guess what? Looks exactly the same in this bitch. Took the plastic off and guess what? Looks exactly the same. Let's open this up. And you've got your digital code. And let's take a look here. You got your standard 1080p, and then you got the 4K disc. It's black, that's blue. I don't know what to say to you, apart from the colors, it's the same thing. Let's hope the picture quality is different. Now for my people who are looking to import this, the 1080p is region free. And there we have it, guys. Let's not ignore the fact that this is a Sony release. And you know how we feel about Sony, right? They are the kings of 4K transfers. So I'm very, very curious to see how this is gonna look. Now back to you, Kong. Nasty. Now Starship Troopers was a cult classic. I remember back in the day watching it, not expecting much, and I absolutely loved this movie. Even the special effects at the time were fantastic. Action, violence, Denise Richards, god damn! What more could you ask for? And now it's made its way to 4K. So let's talk about it. Full screen, shot in 35mm. Visual effects 2K, digital intermediate 2K, Dolby Atmos sound. The detail is an upgrade from the 1080p, but I will say this, there is a tremendous, and when I mean tremendous amount of film grain in this bitch. And I know a lot of people love film grain, but for me personally, it's a bit overkill in parts. I ain't gonna lie, it's a bit overkill. That being said, the usual suspects, especially on close-ups, hair, textures in clothing, eyes, skin are a nice upgrade from its 1080p counterpart. For sure! You see sweat on the females, a bit more shiny, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know when the troopers are going through their induction, they got these black outfits on, you could see the kind of texture on the black outfits. You couldn't just see that on the 1080p, it was pretty much blacked out. But on this, it's a lot more noticeable. For some reason, indoor scenes are softer than outdoor scenes. I don't know why that is, but it is. And the arachnids, is that what they're called, the arachnids? God damn! They look the best they have ever looked. You see the details in their shells, in their legs, everything is just a lot more prominent on this without hesitation. So detail overall is a good uptick. I wouldn't say great. It's not gonna blow you away, but you will notice the increase. There is a little more depth, but it's the outdoor scenes, the little skirmishes, and the attacks, the battles that vary from decent to great 3D pop in them. Especially foreground, background. A lot of the battles are on the desert, sand, what have you. Depth is great there. Especially when you see arachnids up close and personal with soldiers in the background. Can look like there is an arachnid in your room. I ain't gonna lie to you, there's a scene where the jets fly by and they bomb all these arachnids. The depth on that scene, god damn. So you wanna know what the HDR is like? So let's keep it real, yeah? You got a very average looking girlfriend. Let's not fuck around. She average as hell, yeah? But one time you're going out to a dinner and dance type situation with your work colleagues and you have to drag her along, right? She bought this little pink dress, right? But you don't even care. Because right now she let herself go, she looking average. But guess what? She surprised you. She been working out in her spare time. You didn't even know. You didn't even know because all you been seeing her in is baggy stuff. So you are unfamiliar with the figure. She wearing this dress and god damn, you fell in love with her all over again. You don't even want to go to the party. You want to stay at home and make love all night long. That's what the HDR is like. The HDR is bright and punchy. Sometimes it can be a little oversaturated, but for the most part, it's very, very noticeable. This could be the selling point of this 4K release. And at the beginning they're playing this game, they're playing football in a hall, right? And the sheen off the helmets, the sheen off the floor, looking A1. I'll tell you something else, I messed up. Denise Richards is A1. God damn! There's a scene, she wearing a pink dress. Oh my god. Let me tell you, pink dress all sparkly and curvy, but the dress ain't curvy as Denise, baby. The dress was so bright, so tasty. I know what's going on you. You got my baby Denise, she flying a spaceship and she got all these asteroids, these blue asteroids coming out. They look vibrant as hell. More detail, more pop in the blue ass asteroids. And even the arachnids, they're already colourful, but the HDR makes them even more colourful, makes you notice colours that just aren't as detailed in the 1080p. Even the explosions, baby, really pop off the screen. Black levels are inconsistent, they're not as inky as I would have liked, but it's miles better than the 1080p. I think a lot of stuff on the 1080p looked washed out. But over here, especially on the space scenes, the inky blacks look like they can go on forever. You in space and you thinking, oh shit, just total blackness in that bitch. Even some of the gunfights, some of the skirmishes in the dark scenes look great. Shadow detail is pretty good. You'll be able to make out things a lot clearer on this release, but there are some other scenes in where the black looks a little washed out. It's a little inconsistent, but for the most part, black levels are great. If you've seen the 1080p, then you kind of know what to expect, right? The more arachnids there are on screen, the more noticeable the CG is going to be. Let's just keep it real. Spaceships look great. The effects in space look pretty good. There is one scene which has an alien pileup. They're all getting shot to shit. There's a huge pileup. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what you want me to say. They look fake. Lasers, some of the explosions do look a little fakeish. But there's nothing really which is gonna upset you apart from maybe big ass fire breathing alien at the end. He looking a bit fake, I ain't gonna lie to you. The fighters pop, but it looks a little fake. Now I'm sure you've probably seen the original a number of times, so you know what to expect with the CG. You know. At the same time, that the aliens and the special effects look sharper and more detailed, but that also means that the fake shit is just gonna stand out more. Let me see if I'm hearing you correctly. You trying to tell me you watched the Apple press conference, you saw the iPhone 10, and you in love with the monkey emoji? You in love with that mofo? I'll tell you what. Delete, bitch. You tell your girl to go sit on the woofer, see what happens. We got the Dolby Atmos working in full effect. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's not reference sound, but there are some standout moments. Do you remember the scene where you got that flying arachnid and he crashes into this poor soldier, leaves a blood skid mark on the floor? The boom of that sound, god damn. And you got the group of arachnids, all of them are coming towards the soldiers. You know, the soldiers are positioned up top, and you get a big pile up before that. You see all these aliens coming. You're like this. You're like, I don't know. Where the sound coming from? Where the sound coming from? I don't know. I don't know. The surround sound is very good. I'd say the vertical sound lacks a little bit, but it is miles better than the 1080p. Gunfire. You gonna be doing all of this, and guess what? Guess what? You go. She gonna be doing all this too with you. She be holding you, doing all this with you. She ain't gonna know what the hell's going on. Big ass alien at the end, breathing fire is like. Guess what? You're gonna be like this. Oh shit, you ducking like this, you ducking like this. But I don't think it's quite as full as it could be, but when it hits, boy does it hit. If it's cheap, pick it up. It's gonna be the best version of the movie. I think there's a bit too much noise in there for my liking. It's the best way to watch it, especially for the Dolby Atmos, and the HDR is great. There is an uptick in detail. Is there anything that's gonna blow your socks off? Not really. I think the sound may do, but overall, you'll appreciate the upgrade. If it's $15, pick it up for $15. It's a bit of a no-brainer if you love the movie. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's your boy, 4K Rockstar. You already know.